So welcome again to another dinner for one. Today I've got some vegetables I need to use up. As you see, I've semi-diced the potatoes, some tomatoes, some nice sugar snap peas in their pod, onion, a small piece of garlic today, but I love garlic. Cabbage, Chinese cabbage, some brown mushrooms which need using up, and then I found this today, some nice smoked belly pork, hard cured and aged. So when I put that in the pan with just a sprinkle of water, the fat will render down, give me something to cook the rest of the ingredients in and give a nice flavour to the soup. So starting out, we're just going to put a little water in the pan, put the bacon or the meat in there, and just get this to render down, just like that. I'm going to put the lid on as well just to steam. It will just help intensify the rendering, and then we'll take the lid off in a while. So after 30 seconds I just took the lid off, but look, already the fat has started to render, which is excellent. Now I've turned the heat right the way down to 300 from 1200. 1200 was just to get it hot, and look how that's crisping up. Once it's nice and crispy, we can take it out for cooking up, but put the other vegetables in for a quick fry. So this time I haven't chopped the garlic up fine, I've left them fairly large, so it will slightly brown on the bottom and remain soft elsewhere. And there's the onions in there. Soon we're going to add the sugar snaps, mushrooms and the peas. There we go, mushrooms are in, the peas are in to start softening. I'm not too worried about all of this because it's going into the blender. So, tomatoes are in, and while we're at it, let's just look at that bacon or the meat. See how nice and crispy it is? Now we'll just add a little bit of butter to give a creaminess to the flavour, and then we're going to put the cabbage on the top, put the lid on it, and just soften the cabbage. Then we're going to boil the potatoes. Now I'll put the tomatoes on the top. Due to the limitation of my pan size, I'm going to actually boil the cabbage and the potatoes together, but do the potato first in some water, in some boiling water, and then we'll combine them after. Heat is now up a little bit, maybe 600. Put the lid on just to soften the peas, and we're going to cook that down just a little bit. I'm going to put 2 pieces of bay leaf now in there for a little flavour. Also I've added a little salt and a little white pepper today. So now I'll get the water boiling, ready for the potato and cabbage. Salt the water a little bit as well. So the potatoes are in salty water now. Cabbage is chopped. And for later, we've got all that nice meat cut up into very small pieces, which we'll just throw in after we've blended the soup. So cabbage on the potatoes, lid is on a little, just to make sure it doesn't boil over. And just let it cook down a little bit, and then we'll blend that. Drain your potatoes, but leave just a little water in there, don't take it all out, that's enough. So now as you see, the potato and cabbage and most of the water that's left is in the blender. So blend all that to a nice puree. So I put mine in a little plastic pot, as you can see, but the next thing is just add a big chunk of butter in there. Don't be frightened of the butter, it'll taste wonderful. Next, remember these, take them out. And then do the same with this mixture, just blend it all together. So now we have the tomatoes in there, and the peas and everything. Just blend all that together. However, I did reserve a little bit just to add some chunks to the soup a little bit later on. So there's the tomato and vegetables. Now I've added just only water to the blender just to clean it, and I want some liquid to go into the soup because it'll be very thick otherwise. Add in the potatoes, the butter and the whole lot. And there is the basis of your soup. Add the chunky ingredients and a little bit of coriander's good. Start getting some flavour now. The next thing we have to consider is what flavour do you want. So I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese in, some salt and pepper. And if I decide it needs just a little bit more body, a spoonful of chicken stock. So for me, now add plenty of Parmesan cheese or even cheddar cheese, but that takes some melting. And now I want to give it a little body, so I'm just going to add a splash of dark soy sauce. Maybe that will be enough. Wherever the label is, there you go. Now I want to get in the flavour of this meat, so I've taken half of the meat. I have separated a little bit out for decoration. And if you wish, put in a little chicken powder to give it a more chickeny or meaty flavour. My pan has got a thin base, so I just need to make sure it doesn't burn on the bottom. Don't forget to add your salt and pepper or seasoning as you prefer. There you have it, my friends. That's your dinner for one.